Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of People Over Property. Today we have Josh Niehaus here from Elite Home Inspection. He's going to talk to you a little bit about the work they do with the inspections of that company, and we're going to give you a lot of insight on why home inspections are so important.
Awesome.
All right, go ahead.
So,
tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, our company's been doing home inspections in Southern California for 33 years. We have actually completed 22,000 home inspections last year. And so when you're in that many homes, you learn a lot, and you learn a lot what to look for. So we really love to help buyers in that process, educating them about their new home, the things that we find in the home. So that's how we can really be a resource for them. We go out, we look at all the items, and we inform them about them so that they're more educated about those items.
Okay, wonderful. And can you tell a little bit about what exactly is happening in a home inspection?
Yeah, the way I like to look at it is like a home inspector is like a general doctor for the house. They're evaluating all the major systems, the structure, the plumbing, the heating, the electrical, the roof, the grounds, the foundation. So they have to have a lot of knowledge, but it's general knowledge. So they're going to go evaluate all those different systems, and they're going to let the buyer know if something needs further evaluation. So for example, if we need a licensed electrician to come out and further look at something, our inspector has that knowledge to let them know you might need a specialist to look at this because this is outside of my scope of expertise.
I've never heard that analogy. That's a really good one.
Yes.
And then when you're talking about home inspection, what are some helpful things that buyers should be looking for when they're hiring a home inspection
That's
company?
a great question. And in California, it's really interesting. It's an unlicensed state. So you right now today, you could make a decision and you could be a home inspector.
Oh, wow.
So the way I suggest that clients look for a home inspector is make sure they're certified. And there's certifications that are better than others, but we really like INTERNACHI and CREA. Those are the two biggest certifying bodies. And then we want to work with an inspector that's insured. And only about 50% of home inspectors in California are certified and insured. So those are two good tools to look for in a home inspector when selecting your home inspector.
That's really good information.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely beware of who you bring on for that.
Yes.
And then what are some areas that should be red flags to people when they're looking at a home inspection?
Well, every single house we inspect has issues. We just did a brand new house in LA, brand new build, 3 pages of health and safety defects. So when we look at the home inspection, it's really an exploratory time for them to learn more about the property. We will raise those red flags. That's our job, is to raise those red flags when we're on the inspection. The major ticket items are going to be your roof, your foundation. Those are typically the buyer's main concerns. So those are some of the things that we'll point out when we're doing the inspection.
So that's a really important thing to note. There's no perfect house. There's never going to be an inspection where they find nothing. So don't kind of give up on the home if you feel like, okay, they just gave me some paperwork that says there's some things that need to be looked at. So that's really important to know. And the fact that that was a new construction and you found that is important to note too. So if you're looking at older homes, you're going to have different kind of complexities that come with that too. So what are some good tips that you have for buyers and sellers when it comes to home inspections?
So a tip for buyers is, like I said before, make sure you're working with a certified and insured inspection company. Look at the reviews. Go online. You're going to see the truth in the reviews. So definitely vet that individual. The next thing, don't keep your emotions in check. Buying a house is an emotional process. So you're in escrow, you're excited, and then the main job of the home inspector is to come to the property and point out defects. Just remember, every single house has issues, and everything inside that house can be fixed. So look at the larger things. Is this the right layout for me? Is this the right location? And don't get caught up in the smaller things emotionally and let that affect the bigger picture. And then for sellers, when they're selling their home, a lot of the items that we're finding in homes, the defects, are deferred maintenance. So, maybe it's that leaking faucet that nobody paid attention to or fixed or put any caulking around it. So we just want to make sure that as a seller, have I maintained my home properly? And sometimes sellers even get an inspection to kind of know the condition of the property so they can evaluate those items before a buyer comes into the property.
Right, exactly. Okay, this is also something that I would like to highlight. As a realtor, sometimes people get very excited. We're in a neighborhood here where there's some really beautiful homes. They find the perfect home and they just are so excited to get into that house. that they may think, well, it looks great. Why would I need an inspection? Why would I need to invest time and money into having somebody come out here and inspect it? And I want to let you know that you just never know. There could be a surprise. Like you said, you're talking about the roof, you're talking about things that are underground, things you are not going to see visibly oftentimes. So it's really important to get that home inspection for that reason. And to also go into it open-minded with the expectation that there are going to be some things that are found. Yeah. And just prepare yourself. And, you know, as an agent, what that person's going to do is they're going to help you move forward to decide what to do at that point. Do you have them repair it? Are you going to make those repairs yourself? And those are different things that we navigate through the escrow process. Anything else you want to include for people about inspections and the importance of that?
You know, when you were talking, it just reminded me, we go in the attic. It's 100 degrees outside. It's 160 degrees in that attic. Not a lot of people are going into the attics, or they're not crawling under the sub area. We crawl under the whole entire sub area. So it's sometimes we find the issues in those areas. So we go places that you're not going to see when you're typically walking through the house.
Right.
So that's why it's good to have a trained eye, somebody who's been doing it for 30 years, and they have a trained eye to find those defects. They know where to look, and they know why to look there.
It's true. And they really suit up to get underneath there. So
Yes.
There's a lot of costume changes, so to speak, to
Yep.
be able to do that inspection properly. So definitely something that's really critical for any home buyer. And if you're a seller and you really don't know what the condition of your home is before you put it on the market, and you want to know a little more about what a buyer may possibly have, that's also an option for you too. Well, thank you so much for watching another episode of People Over Property. Thank you, Josh, for
Absolutely.
joining us and talking to us about this. And definitely contact me with any questions, and we're going to make sure you link up with Josh and his company to get a home inspection that is going to be much needed along your purchasing process. Talk to you soon.